Shalom Aleichem, sweetest friends! We are continuing our previous year in the subject of Lo Bashomayim. In the previous year, we had loads of kashas. And in Mir Hashem now, we will get to the Yesod HaDvarim. The Yesod is like this. That we say Lo Bashomayim doesn't mean that in Shamayim they can't express an opinion. Pshat is that this Hachra, the Hachra of Shamayim, is not Mechayev us, even though it came in a Shamayim. Because who gets the Hachra? Who is right to choose? The Chachamim. And a hachra that's not mitzad the chachamim isn't mechayiv b'Torah, and that's apparently pshat in Tosfos Yevamos Daf Yudalid. Tibu maschilo and b'mitziam and tesam at Aleph. That even though the machlokas Rebbe Los and the Rabban and they were mashkiach b'baskol because of Lo Bashomayim, nevertheless in machlokas Beis Shammai Beis Hillel we pass like Beis Hillel be the baskol. Why? My high. What's pshat? Sometimes yes baskol, sometimes no. The answer is because there the Rabbanan were the Rov. They'll see b'achar Rabban lahatos. Remember, you can't file the basketball against the Rov. Mashen gave mechlokas Beis Shammai Beis Hillel. Beis Hillel was the Rov. We're just mesubik. Maybe we file Beis Shammai because they're sharper. In such an instance, you can file the basketball. Ayin sham b'Tosfos. But Tosfos for dafral ben a hezber. What's pshat in Tosfos? Sof not for the basketball. We wouldn't have filed Beis Hillel because maybe we should go after those who are sharper, not the Rov. So how do we follow a basketball? Lo Bashomayim. The Kesef Mishnah Yesod HaTorah, Perek Tes Gimel, asks in the Rambam, who says you should never listen to a Navi b'divrei Torah. So Tosfos Kash is shver, and he can't answer the teretz of Tosfos that sometimes you do listen to a baskol. So Ram says you don't listen to a baskol. Ayin Shem the Kesef Mishnah. So he obliges with the Tzarechiyun. But we still have a problem not only with the Rambam, we have a problem with Tosfos. How can Tosfos say, sometimes you follow the baskol, says, when do you? Because anyway we had a suffix. So we can follow the baskol. Yeah, but sof kol sof, you're following a baskol, Lo Bashomayim. Elchonon talks about this in Divrei Sofrim. Siman Hey, Os Tes, and Yud, and Os Yud Gimel. And we have another kasha. Why b'chal the baskol come out? If Lo Bashomayim, do they not hold in Shamayim Lo Bashomayim? How can the baskol come out? We know Lo Bashomayim. Are we any smarter than they are in Shamayim? Don't in Shamayim they know Lo Bashomayim? Why does the baskol b'chal come out? And talking the Shita Mugubet stuff in Tesam Beis, B'nei Shem V'nisim Gon, he asks this kasha and he writes two terutzim. Ayin Shem, we can say it like this. It could very well be that in Shamayim they think the halach is a certain way, and they tell us. And they have every right to tell us. The Shamayim is expressing their opinion. But it's not mechayiv somebody who al pidarkei Torah Sheba'al Peh doesn't agree. If you're das, you're one of the Chachamei Torah Sheba'al Peh and you think otherwise, you don't have to change your opinion based on Shamayim. And if there's a halacha Rabban Lahatos, Mashenke, when there's a suffix and it needs a achra, you can be machriya based on the baskol. And bash das Shamayim, lo garmi kol das acheres is an opinion among opinions, a chashiv opinion. It's not a machriya opinion, it's not a decisive opinion, but it's an opinion. You just can't change a achra based on this opinion. But if you don't have achra, then the baskol, if it's 50-50, the baskol can tip the scales. And that's pshat. Machuz Beis Shammai Beis Hillel. Anyway, it's 50-50. You have a reason to go with Beis Hillel. So the baskol is going to be machriya. It's not neged achras haTorah. And therefore you go up to the baskol. So the baskol comes out because it's expressing your opinion. Just not koveh for us. And if we have a law against it, then we b'chal don't listen. Even though that's the opinion of Shammai. Just Rabbi Yeshua holds Ein mashgichim b'baskol. Klal. Command the lesser dummy. Yevamos Yudalid Amud Aleph. Tosfos Shem Divrei Maskol Rebbe. That's it. And on this, Reb Nissen Gaon had a good kasha. So why b'chal the baskol come out? If according to Rabbi Yeshua, command the lesser, then it shouldn't have come out. Ayin Shem the terutzim of Reb Nissen Gaon. Sheitim gubetzis. But halacha, we don't pass like Rabbi Yeshua, and therefore yesh makom lebaskol, even though Torah Lo Bashomayim. That dover like a going Reb David Yitzchak Man. We're basing the shira on, as he points out, the Rambam in the Parish of Mishnah is mefurish like that. He writes, "Sha'anavi k'sheyizbor svar v'yizbor k'moikein mi she'eino navi b'svar v'yomar navi k'dish baruch humar like sevar tzvar siyemes lo yisishma elav rak elef neviim kulam keliyov v'lishu sur svar achas vel cham v'cham v'sovim hefech ha'svar ahi acher ram lahatos v'alach k'divrei el chacham v'chacham." So a navi can be sover a svara, and somebody who's not a navi can be sover a svara. And you don't have to listen to the Navi. You have 1,000 Nevi'im. They're all like Elio and Elisha. They have one svara. And you have 1,001 against them. Acher Ram Lahatos. So their opinion's an opinion. Just it can't go against our rules of Acher Ram Lahatos. Mavur shebazeh. Sheyesh mishum achra. Yesh achra b'divrei hanavi. Just not neged halacha. It's going to be 50-50. It can be machriya. Just not against our accepted rules. Our darchei hachachma. Lo gara achras hanavi me achras chacham. It's no worse. What a navi says and what a chacham says. And the Rambam writes in Halacha Daled there in Perek Tes, a chiyuv misa b'navi oimer halacha, even though a navi can be machriya, that's when the navi says shenitam lo b'nevuah sheyasu kach v'kach. That's a nevuas sheker, because das shamayim is not mechayiv mitzvahs. So it can't be that a nevuah was told to him, lasos kach begeder shayin could get begeder shayin nevuas. So it's the avodas hamelech. But ayin sham avodas hamelech. But gilu yadim mishamayim lenavi or baskol. That's a tzad. That's a deya. It's just not mechayiv mitzad shamayim. And therefore, Tosas teretz is a good teretz, even though das harambam. The Rambam also can answer that. The Rambam says you don't follow a baskol to say that it's mechayiv, but you do listen if we have anyway. You have to study in both ways. So it's also a tzad. The Rambam was talking about a nevuah mechayeves. That's vadei sheker. But that has nothing to do with achra baskol that you can follow, as long as it's not neged hachras yud gimel midos v'darkei hachachma. Gewaldig. Look in the Elchonon Ehrman Yavamis who explains kavanas hatoysus v'teirutzim that the halachas like Beis Hillel is not else the baskol. It's because we go after the Rov Gavra, V'lo Azlina, we don't go Basar Machadei Tfei after those who are sharp. We don't go after Bashomayim who are sharper. And then he asks in the Gemara in Eruvin, Yud Gimel Lamed Beis, why were Zoche, Beis Hillel Zoche, like Halacha Kamoisan? Because they said both opinions, they were Makdim Bashomayim. It should have said because they were Rov. So if that's Shat and Tosas, that it's because they're Rov, then why does the Gemara in Eruvin say it's because they're Rov? The Ramban in Sanhedrin Chav Gimel Amud Aleph, it's mefurish. Shigam lahalacha. There's a nidon of Rov Chachma against Rov Gavra. That's all pashut. Beis Shammai Rov Chachma, Beis Hillel Rov Gavra. Look in the Chinuch in Mitzvah in Ches. The Ritva in Yavamis Yudal Amud Aleph. And this isn't Muchra Bevaskol. What was Muchra Bevaskol? What was Muchra Bevaskol is that you can follow Beis Hillel. You have Rov Gavra. You have Rov Chachma. The Baskol is telling you, like we said, that you can follow the Rov Gavra, you can follow Beis Hillel. So the Elchonon Ehrman is not necessarily correct in his understanding. What do you do, Rov Chachma connected Rov Gavra? We're not sure, so that the Baskol tells us. You can follow Beis Hillel. Not that Rov Gavra always beats Rov Chachma. No, maybe Rov Chachma is going to beat Rov Gavra. But in this instance of Beis Shammai against Beis Hillel, we're going to follow Beis Hillel, we're going to follow the Rov Gavra. So Elchonon Ehrman says it's because we go after Rov Gavra. No, could be we don't go after Rov Gavra. Maybe you go after Rov Chachma. Just in this instance, you have, we're not sure. So they tell us that when Beis Shammai is arguing here with Beis Hillel, and wherever Beis Hillel argues with Beis Shammai, follow Beis Hillel, almost always. So if there's no hachra, we can follow the Baskol. Not necessarily always. In the Sefer Shem Gedolim Lachidah, in Mereches Yud Os Reish Chav Beis, he asks on the Sefer Shut Min HaShamayim, the Sefer of Shalos and Shuvas that were answered from Shamayim, how is he somech on this? Lo b'Shamayim. So the answer is, Rav Ovadia has a very, very beautiful tshuva. Like Aleph Simanim Lamed Testem Mem Aleph, if I remember correctly. La'orech l'roichav, this whole line of Lo b'Shamayim. So based on what we said, Teretz is Pashra, you can be somech on it. If you don't have Achra, you can follow the Baskol, you can follow Min HaShamayim. And it's like the Machlokas of Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel. You can do what they're showing you in Hashemayim. Menachas Tezayin Yeirava de Achazia Bechelmo. It should be the will that I should see it in a dream. Ayin Sham. That his suffix should be solved, resolved in a dream. Because you're allowed to, if you're not sure, you're allowed to go with Shemayim. Look also in Bechoros Nafim Vav Amid Aleph Rashi Dibur Maschel Richa Zoi. Bechoros Daf Hey Menachos Pedal Beis Babas Daf Kum Gam Beis Besoritz Shas. So B'Magom Safek you can be Mekabel Machros Shemaim Kachros Chacham. And it doesn't Torah Lo B'Shemayim. Torah Lo B'Shemayim means that Shemayim they're not Machriya. They can't decide for us, but they can express their opinion. Ayin B'Gemar Shabbos Daf Kufches Amid Aleph. What's the din? Are you allowed to write Tefillin Al Gabei or Shel Dog Tor? So he answered, Yavo Eliyahu, v'yoymar. Eliyahu is going to come and tell us. Where says, what's Pshat? Eliyahu is going to come and tell us. Ilemi, the Islay or the Leslay or Hachazina Dislay. Well, Eliyahu is going to tell us if it has skin or it doesn't have skin. We see that it has skin. Chulei. Elayim Yavo Eliyahu, v'yomer paska zoyam aminei lo paska zoyam aminei. Did the zoyam leave this fish? Is it impure or pure? Can you write tefillin on it or not? So Rashi writes, Tibur Maschel Mayim Yavoy. Heter v'Isser ein taloi bo de lo b'Shemayim. Heter and Isser aren't taloi in Eliyahu lo b'Shemayim. Maritz Chayis asked, Miteku shebishas. That the Sifrei Kolam say, what's shot in Teku? And the Gemara says Teku. I always say it sounds like some sort of Japanese martial arts. Teku Pshat is Tish B'Yitar, it's Kushis Abayis. What do you mean Tish B'Yitar, it's Kushis Abayis? Lo B'Shemayim. Like Rashi says in the Gemara, Heter v'Isser ain't talui bo de lo b'Shemayim. So what's the Pshat? How can it be Makabel the Achra of lo b'Shemayim? Tishbi Atar, it's Kushis Abayis. So based on what we said, we understand. You can be Makabel Achra Selio Al Pi Shemayim. The takeaway is the Achra of Chazal. She could base in Agodol. I in contrast to Soper of Elchonon Siman Dalet. They were Makabel Achra Selio. V'zem Chayev Otam Kuchol Kviyat Beidin. They were Makabel in Achra. So we don't always have Teku. If you don't say Teku, they were Makabel Achra. But if they do say Teku, then they are Makabel Achra. So that Gemara in Shabbos, that Mar Brei Ravina asked from Nachum Bar Yitzchak, there the Gemara doesn't say Achra Mechayeves L'Kabel Achra Tzeliyahu. So therefore we have a kasha of Lo B'Shemayim. But if they say to be Makabel Eliyahu, then you can be Makabel Eliyahu, because that's the opinion we're going to accept. In the Birkei Yosef and Arachaim and Siman Lamed Beis, the Sif Cotton Dalet, he brings from the Goes for Betzal Ashkenazi in Gidden. Davov Omed Beis. That the Rebbe Yatar found Eliyahu. He's talking to Eliyahu Hanavi, Sefrek the Welt. Since Eliyahu was hanging out with Rebbe Yatar, so why didn't he ask him all the takeaways in the Gemara? So Ayin Shami says there were two Eliyahus. So that writes the name of the Rashba in what they call Chedushei Rashba in Menachos, Mem Haom Beis. He writes there that Elio yochel lefarish dinim. Ein shaman what's mechuna l'chudusha Rashba. What do you mean Elio could be mefarish dinim? What about the Gemara in Shabbos that we quoted? Ein adin nikbal pi Elio? You want to tell me there are two Elios? It's one thing, but don't tell me Elio can be mefarish dinim. Gemara says Elio is it's not nikbal pi Elio. And the Birkei Yosef says Elio is not al pi nevuah. Elai de chachma. Also look in the Riz HaLevi on Parshas Pinchas that pshitus al yidei Elio because Elio is Meseder HaKabbalah. The Rambam writes, mitzad that he's part of the Chachmei Torah Shebal Peh, we can be Makabel Zachra. But the Birkei Yosef asks, and why in the Gemara does it say, what's the problem with Menachem Bar Yitzchak? Saying when Eliyahu comes and says, maybe he doesn't mean mitzad nevuah. Why are we asking? Oh, Eliyahu can't tell us. Maybe it's not mitzad nevuah. Maybe it's mitzad chachma. And therefore he can be machriya. So what's the Gemara's kasha b'chlal? He says, yesh li yashev. So based on what we said, we can say like this. That the Shita Mukubetis in Gittin is talking about a teku. That we were koveya to be somech on Eliyahu. And therefore he says, so then why didn't he just ask, wherever you have Yadar, ask Eliyahu to answer all the tekus? And the Rashba there is talking about the Gemara, Mikras Eliyahu Asi L'Darsha. And the Gemara says you can be somech on it. So Eliyahu can be mefarish dinim, as long as we allow him to. The Gemara in Shabbos, it's not a psak based in Shel Hashas, Lismoch al Eliyahu. And therefore, if it's not, we don't have a psak to follow him, then why do we say Lo Bashomayim? Then how can we follow him? Lo Bashomayim. If there's a psak to follow him, we can follow him. If not, not. Maritz Chayes and Chulin Daf Lamed Vav, Rashi there writes, Besafek, Yeshna l'shchila mitchila batsof, or not. It's shchit to consider the entire process, or only when it's over, only at the end. That it's totally la'olam. Rashi says, what's pshat? Pshat is until Eliyahu Navi comes, he'll tell us. The Gemara in Shabbos says we don't follow Eliyahu. The answer is, Rav Chizda there, and the Rav Chia there in the Gemara, Rav Chizda, whoever it was, he could be makabel achra. And the Gemara in Shabbos is talking about a case of being mechayev mar brei Ravina. If he's not makabel achra, he doesn't have to follow Eliyahu. You can choose to follow Eliyahu if you're one of the Chachmei Torah Shebal Peh. But it's not mechayev. But if you want to, you can. That's the Gemara in Chulin's talking about. So now we can come. We had a steer in the Rambam in Halacha Aleph and Halacha Daled. In Halacha Aleph and Perek Tes V'Sodei Torah, so the Rambam says that a Navi Sheker is somebody who's adding or subtracting from the Torah, going against the Torah. In Halacha Daled, the Rambam says that even he's not going against the Torah, he's just deciding, passing halacha based on nevuah. So now we can explain Pshat in the Rambam. So we ask, so why didn't the Rambam in Halacha Aleph say what he said in Halacha Daled? What's the difference? In Halacha Aleph, it's mashmal if he's going against the Torah. So Pshat is that since the whole inyan of Lo Bashomayim is mitzad that the hachra b'Torah is al pi yud gimel midos shenimsura lahachri al yadam. The whole inyan of Lo Bashomayim is that we're machriya b'Torah based on the 13 midos that were given over, and we decide based on yud gimel midos. That's only b'kviyas halacha. But let's say you're adding or subtracting, or you're saying that the mitzvahs are only for a certain time, like the Rambam was talking about halacha aleph, that has nothing to do with what's nimser l'chachamim. Adarabba, this koach, if it really existed, is only Bashomayim, because the chachamim can only tell us what's already in the Torah, but now it's not in the Torah. So then why are you killing the Navi? Because it's sheker. It's not that he's going against the hachra of the chachamim. The chachamim have no koach hachra to be mosif or goreir and say the Torah is only for a limited time. It's only a Navi who could do that, but if he it would be emes. But since we know that he can't, so it's sheker, so he's killed out Navi sheker. The Rambam says it's against the Torah. Torah lo tishtana. Torah doesn't change. So that's Shan Halacha Aleph, that he's telling you that the Torah is changing, and it's not. It's not going against the Chachamim. In Halacha Daled, the Rambam is talking about being machriya the halacha. And I was told that you have to follow this halacha. No, lo Bashomayim, and that's why he's chayiv misa. So it's not shver what the Kesef Mishnah said that Halacha Aleph it's mashma is only if it's against the Torah. And the fact that in Halacha Aleph he doesn't say that even if it's not against the Torah, because in Halacha Daled he's not going against the Torah. He's just being machriya halacha. So it's against the mashmos of Halacha Aleph that it's only if it's against the Torah. Because Pshat is there are two different halachas. Tzvei dinim achalukim yisod giduram, as they say in Bris. In Halacha Aleph, the Rambam is telling us that the Navi can't go against the Torah, because the Torah is forever and the Torah can't be added or subtracted. There's nothing to do with Chachamim. Chachamim will never have the power to add or subtract. So Rambam is telling us that he can't go against the Torah. If he tries to, it's sheker. And Halacha Aleph, the Mechayiv is that it's sheker, telling us to go against the Torah. In Halacha Daled, the Rambam is telling us something different. In Halacha Daled, the Rambam is telling us that he's not allowed to go against the Achra of Chachamim. You can't say, you have to follow what I said. No, you don't have to follow what a Navi says. The Rambam writes in Halacha Daled. Rambam writes, O Shamar Midin Medini HaTorah, Sheshem Tziva Lo Shadin Kachu, V'Halacha Gedivrei Ploni. He's a Navi Sheker. So Pshat is that here he's going against, you can't say that God told me that you have to follow me and not listen to Chachamim. Not true. Even though it's not Neged HaTorah, but he's still a Navi Sheker. It's a different type of Sheker. Sheker in Halacha Aleph is that he's going against the Torah. Torah can't change. Sheker in Halacha Daled is that he's being machriya. It's not his place to be machriya. So, Baruch Hashem, we've made some serious advancement in the sugya. And b'siyata d'shmaya b'ritzos Hashem darkeinu, we have a lot more to talk about. And I hope Hashem gives us the koach and the moach and the simchas chayim to get to it. And we should be zocher lilmod u'lelamed lishmor v'lasos. U'lekayim is called divrei salmut tarosa b'yahava amen v'amen. Shalom, shalom, sweetest and most beloved friends.